Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing remaining of 2020. What is in store for us? What do we have to deal with? And I'm also going to be focusing on the Mercury Retrograde, which starts tomorrow, and also getting into the actual eclipse that's on the 21st. I believe in this sign of Cancer. So we have like a new moon happening. We have the Mercury retrograde plus other planets that are in retrograde. We have a total annular solar eclipse that won't probably be visible from here in the USA, but we have all of that good stuff going on. And so I'm going to be focusing on what is coming for the remainder of 2020. What does Spirit see about this year? Because I know a lot of you have been asking, a lot of you have been just tired of 2020. All right, so I feel you. Let me just go ahead and get my candles lit and turn the camera and get it ready. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're gonna get this reading started. I'm gonna light my tea candles, tea lights, and my coffee scented candle. All right, and so it may or may not with this, let me just, okay. I cut off the fan, ceiling fan, so that way we could get into it. So I'm gonna be using for this reading the Rider-Waite deck. I'm gonna also be using the Dark Mirror deck, the Afro Goddess Oracle, and Madame Endora's Fortune cards, which I really, really love. All right, so for these, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shuffling, and let's get into it. What is in store for the remainder of 2020? What is coming up with this Mercury retrograde? What is coming up with this actual eclipse? The energies are intense. What's coming up with everything? Speak to us, Spirit. Settle here, and in God's name, may I be protected as I'm doing this reading, and everything comes out that needs to come out and be revealed. Hope y'all are doing well. I hope that you are having some fun. Okay, so I'm going to start off before we get any further here with what Spirit has here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not good at Roman numerals, guys, so I'm having to count 7 of Wands. So let me hold that up. As you can see, there's battles. This is about the Black Lives Matter. This is about the state of our economy. This is the presidential election. This is everything that is coming up for the remainder of 2020, okay? This is a year of battles ahead. We are going to continue to see uproar, but let's see what the other cards have to say, okay? So set that down there. The Knight of Wands, okay? Knight of Wands, a lot of creativity. A lot of us are going to be focused on creative things for the remainder of the year, moving towards new goals. There is something good coming out of this. This card is not a negative card, you know. I don't see it as a negative card. The economy, a lot of focus with the, I believe this is, let me see, the 9 of Pentacles, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 9 of Pentacles. So a lot of focus on money. So far we have the 7 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and then the Pentacles. It's about money. A lot of us are going to be focused on money, whether or not we're going to get a stimulus check. You know, people have asked me, you know, with my predictions and stuff, whether or not we're going to get a second one. I had said in previous predictions that I had made that it looked like we were going to get one. But remember, free will can change things. It doesn't matter how good, you know, you may know certain things. The future is unwritten. I've said that before. Anything can change. So I feel like, you know, there is a possibility here of a second stimulus. Again, we have to wait and see. Again, we have more coin energy, more pentacle energy, the Page of Wands. I'm sorry, the Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, this is some new opportunities. I feel like with a lot of this, how it started off with like the war, you know, not the war, but the Black Lives Matter, this, the uproar that's going on in our world that is speaking with the Seven of Wands. We're now seeing the Knight of Wands, right? And so we're seeing also the Pentacles energy. So it's like, as the year progressively moves on, a lot of you are going to be in a better financial state. The world as a whole is going to be in a better financial state, okay? Then we have the Two of Swords. A lot of you are indecisive. A lot of you are at a crossroads right now. A lot of you are asking yourself, what is coming? You know, I had a lot of plans I had to cancel, things that I needed to do. What is coming next? Like what? I just, you know, I need to know. Spirit needs to reveal to me what is coming up next, because it's making a lot of you nervous that you don't know. The Two of Wands, a new relationship. A lot of you are going to be entering in new relationships. A lot of you are going to be focusing on your love life. Some of you maybe, you know, maybe fixing certain things or finding comfort as the year goes on. Okay, finally, I got the Sun. I'm going to pull another card because I don't like uneven, but I got the Sun, guys. The Sun. That's the most major card here, like the best card in the major arcana that you can get. So let me go ahead and shuffle again and pull another one, a fourth card, to see what the final outcome is. But with the Sun card, what that's telling me is that all of these battles that we're going through now, all of these hardships, you know how horrible 2020 was, right? If you haven't checked, we had wildfires, we've had sharks, murder hornets, we've had, you know, the hangings, the killings, all this stuff that's going on in the world, explosions, etc. Oops, that one must be the one. The Emperor. This is talking about person in power. Okay, so I feel like, again, there's going to be a lot of focus in coming out of the government. This represents the government to me. It represents the whole Washington, D.C. You can interpret it however you want. I'm not going to get into the political side of it, but I will say here that I feel like with the Sun coming out first and then the Emperor card, for me, it is that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Like all the darkness that we're going through, all of this is going to get better for everyone that is tuning in. You know, this may not be the case, again, like I said, for everyone, because it's impossible to do a reading so broad, because I'm focusing on just a general more type of reading for the remainder of 2020. Like, what does the energy feel like? What are your possibilities as souls out there, as my rays of light who I love and adore? What is Spirit trying to tell you? What does Spirit have to say? And again, I feel like we are in the middle of like an unrestful state, and we're moving towards progressively movement and happier times. All right, so let's go ahead and get another set of decks here. I'm going to move to the Dark Mirror. Since when we are in Mercury Retrograde, when we're in Mercury Retrograde, it brings out a lot of our shadow side. There's like communication issues. There's a lot of stuff with an annual solar eclipse also happening. And again, it focuses on the sign of Cancer. This brings out the intuitive side to ourselves, but it can also bring out a lot of the emotional sides of ourselves, because Cancer is connected to the moon, and the moon deals with emotions, with our emotions, our processing of our thoughts. My sign is Gemini, my sun sign, but my rising and moon sign are both in Cancer. Okay, so let's get these cards out and let's start shuffling, honey. This candle, guys, this candle right here, this big one, orange. Oh my God, the smell is divine. All right, so Spirit, please reveal to us what are the negative things that we have to focus on right now, the things that we need to address. To all my viewers that are looking at this video, what do they need to address, possibly within themselves or people that they know? Please reveal. All right. First card, sacrifice. A lot of us are having to make sacrifices during this time. Money is not where it should be. A lot of us are having problems with our money, with our coins, right? A lot of people are having to worry about what's coming up next. Again, Spirit is speaking about sacrifices. What are the sacrifices that are coming up? What are you going to have to sacrifice? And usually, like, when we talk about sacrifice, I know a lot of people's mind will go to something like super dark about like the Illuminati and stuff. But again, remember, this is about you guys. What can you expect, and what can the world expect for the remainder of 2020 as we get to the end of the time frame? This is more of the shadow side of this reading, of our shadow selves and the shadow self of the world. Again, sacrifices. Meaning that there may be, this could also indicate that there are going to be additional lives lost that are sacrificed for the greater good. And how does that make sense? Well, when we talk about sacrifices for the greater good, people that go to, that are in war, people that put themselves in the front line every day to protect the world, they could end up, this could be our police officers, or this could be our veterans, people, not veterans, but military. This could also be the single mothers that are having to work 3-4 jobs during this pandemic just to make ends meet. Then we got here, Parasite. So we need to be very careful, because I feel like a lot of us are going to be holding on to relationships and people that are parasitic. That's not healthy for you, for your soul, for your energy. What are parasites? Parasites are energy vampires, essentially. But when they're parasitic, they latch onto you. Parasites usually live in your gut, right? So it's like this card is saying, that these parasites, they're like I call them psychic leeches, that they are very draining. Pay attention to the people that are draining you in 2020. This is also speaking about what's happening now during the Mercury Retrograde with the solar eclipse. It's asking us to look at and reevaluate our relationships, our friendships, those things that no longer, are good for us, or that they don't seem to align with our greater good, and sever those connections. Then we have here atonement. Notice how this girl has swords galore all behind her back. Betrayal. A lot of betrayal will occur during this pandemic. People sleeping with their baby mamas, best friend, or sleeping with other people, that they shouldn't be sleeping on, cheating, people lying about you. It's all about like you feeling wounded in some way. So, the shadow side of all this, these planetary alignments right now with the Mercury retrograde, with the solar eclipse, and all the planets in retrograde, the other planets, this really is talking about, the darker side, the shadow self, the things that we need to address in order to raise our vibration. So it's not all scary. Like it says, forgetting oneself. A lot of people have been so focused on the movements, have been focused on the media, on the Miss Rona, on CNN, and they have not been, a lot of you have been neglecting yourselves. You can't tell me, sit here and tell Ray that this is not happening, because I see it. A lot of you comment that you're stressed out, that the news stresses you out, that things worry you. But what are you doing to stop it? That's the shadow side of yourself. Spirit is bringing this to the forefront, because it's very, very important for you to realize that, hey, there's change that needs to be made. But only, guess what, guys? Only you can make that change. Okay? Then we have here the envious gluttony. A lot of us that are falling into depression, a lot of us that are not coping well with these changes that are occurring right before our eyes. All of the unrest and stuff has us going to the fridge, honey, and especially during quarantine. It has us overeating. It has a lot of people smoking, has a lot of people doing drugs and drinking alcohol, things that they shouldn't be doing, that they know is self-destructive. And so Spirit is asking you to step away from the gluttony, step away from being envious of other people. Maybe somebody else got a second stimulus check, or not yet, but will be getting it before you, right? Or maybe someone is getting some help. Maybe they're getting donations from charity, and you're like, this person doesn't need those donations. And again, that's like being the judgmental person, right? So Spirit is asking you to step away from being envious or gluttonous It's not necessary, and it doesn't elevate your path. And then we have triumph of lies. Again, triumph of lies. So I feel like also this is speaking about the world right now that we're living in. This world is full of lies, and there's no truth. There's very little bit of people that are speaking their truth. There's a lot of the media that is not speaking the truth. There's a lot of people that are behind movements that are not speaking the truth, and creating a world that is chaotic, that they're not going to like. People are not going to like it. I'm not referring to Black Lives Matter. I'm referring to George Soros and things of that nature. People that are creating this drama, with the vaccines, Bill Gates, all of that stuff is what this is kind of referring to and alluding to. And then the ones that are doing Black Lives Matter, but that are doing it right and not burning buildings and creating chaos. This is speaking to the world. All of this spread right here is speaking about the world that we're living in right now. People are having to make sacrifices. Going back to this card, I got another download of information. It's talking about sacrificing your friendships as well. Some people that are Republican are having to let go a lot of their Democrat friends, and a lot of Democrats are letting go of their friends that are for Trump or that are Republican. And it's just like people are turning against one another. And if you have a different opinion than somebody else, you get shunned, you get immediately called out, or they, turn rebellious in some ways. And again, with the parasites, paying attention, we're seeing a lot of the world right now. The media is our parasite for the world. They are the parasites. They're latching onto everybody's energy like this big conglomerate energy vampire, and it's sucking the energy, the good energy, and replacing it with lower vibrations and fears, which leads to us being backstabbed, because this is what the media is actually doing to people. Okay, this is what the media is doing. It's backstabbing you. It's only doing what it's doing for ratings and views and money and greed. And that is where we get all of this, these other cards that I got. Okay, so let me go ahead and focus now on putting this back. I like to kind of arrange things back in my decks, the cards back in their boxes as I use them. So far we've looked at like what's the good aspects, the things that are happening for the remainder of 2020. We've looked at the shadow side of 2020. Now we're going to get some additional messages here from Spirit. And I love the Afro Goddess deck. It was created by my friend Andrea, and it's an all diverse deck. Come on, cards. That card just don't want to come out. Alright, so let me go ahead and shuffle that. Now, when I'm dealing with oracle decks, I like to put my own spin of what I see intuitively, and I'll do it with these cards, but I may also use the manual to read to you, like, what is being said here, okay? And again, this is the Afro Goddess Oracle. The Sun. Oh, my God. Can you see that card? The Sun, guys. I don't even have to, like, read the manual for these. Like, good things are coming for the remainder of 2020. It's on its way. It will get better. Good things for the world, for you guys out there as well. Stay positive. It's the Divine Masculine. This is God. This card represents God to me. It represents the divine masculine Archangel Michael. Pray to Archangel Michael, guys. Pray to the divine power, divine source. Clouds, the third eye. Wow. Can you see that? That's heaven. Connection to heaven. Like I've said, our ancestors. This is our ancestors, guys. But I'll read the meaning out of the booklet. I don't normally do that, but I want to read because I'm not very familiar with this deck. Even though it is my best friend's deck. They're very beautiful illustrations, so I want to read that meaning. So let me stop there and read the meaning of the clouds card, which is number 6. So, the clouds, sometimes no matter how hard you try, you just can't see through the clouded vision. Even if it seems all you do is focus on that very thing, it may still feel like you just can't see the sun. The clouds card is a card of confusion and misunderstandings. When doubts and secrets creep into our line of vision, often sadness and insecurities give us a tunnel of vision for clouded judgment. See what I told y'all about illusions and things that's going on in the world? And it is here we feel both stuck and spiraling out at the same time. However, no, you mustn't panic. You have to pay attention and focus. The sight of the truth is here. I told you, this is our ancestors. Just be patient and allow the winds of the universe to roll through the clouds. Okay? And for it is destined that soon the sight of truth will shine brighter than the sun. Wow, and I got the sun right before it. It is in love. The only thing clear here is that there are indeed problems. You are not sure what to do, but know at times you must do what is best for you. Stay true to the vision you embodied for yourself, for that one always was clear. If this is about your career, the clouds can illuminate instability within your direction. Even if you're not sure, focus and weigh the options of your truth. Okay, so that is a beautiful message here. And then we got here the book, Alchemy. She's pointing to alchemy. This is about you guys stepping into your power more greatly, about trusting the universe. A lot of you are going to be going through spiritual awakenings. This whole movement, this whole stuff that we're going through right now, it's awakening people. It's making them do their own research to open up and awaken the lies, seeing through the lies. All these clouds are lies, but the truth is the eye. The eye is there. That's our ancestors, and they're helping us to tap into our magic. Our power has been taken from us for so long, but it's no longer the case. The coffin, saying goodbye to your old self. A lot of people, a lot of death in the world. A lot of death, the coffin. The coffin for me symbolizes, again, but I'm going to do the booklet. So I'm interested in what the coffin, what she says on the booklet about it. The coffin, change within life is inevitable. Even with the most painful ending has a promise of a new beginning to follow. The coffin card often appears as we are transitioning during an involuntary change. See, we never asked for this virus. We never asked for Miss Rona to make her appearance. We never asked for, all these uproars in the world to happen, but it's happening. There may be a stage of mourning and sadness. That's what everybody's going through. As you are forced to either bury something deeply within or let something or someone go and start a new path. Avoid of there or its presence. Let it go and let the pain go as well. Joy will find you again. Make room for it. If this is about your love life, a lot of you that are going through love life questions right now, this is a troubled union and that may need to be buried and put away. So again, if you are going through problems and you've been asking yourself, like, Ray, what's really going on in my relationship? There's problems. This coffin card is talking about death. This is like my symbol for death. It is a symbol of an ending. Think of a coffin as a dead person, an ending. And if it's in your career, this is a time to transition. This is a time of transition that may lead to big changes. Even if you must leave a job or that you've been fired from a job or laid off, abandon a project or you've changed directions. Know that you must let go in order to make room for a new opportunity. A new chapter awaits. It's time to turn the page. And then we got the bouquet, guys. The bouquet. Oh my goodness. The bouquet. The bouquet. When last did you stop to smell the roses? The bouquet represents a happy and joyous time where all is well and getting better. This is what's happening. This is the final card that I pulled out of this deck for the remainder of 2020. Like, what is to come out of it? Friendships and relationships are developing with care and pleasantness. Gifts are being given in appreciation and gratitude. So join the party. Like, I couldn't ask for the most, the most greatest gift is having you guys support and being here and me being able to give back to you my rays of light. I love and adore all of you. So this is like all good energy. I really liked all of this that we saw here. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards here out of the last deck, which is going to be the Fortune deck. And so I'm just going to put these cards in. I love these boxes that have magnetic clips. And again, this is the Afro Goddess Oracle. And finally, I'm going to be using here the Madame Endora's Fortune cards. Really love these cards. Wow, my tea light candle went out. It actually finished. That was very quick. Alright, so let me get these shuffled, honey. Alright, Spirit, give us an overview, a summary, so to speak, of what we need to expect. Give us a summary, Spirit, of 2020. What is coming up? What can some of my rays of light expect for the remainder of 2020 if they're tuning in? What does Mercury have in store for us? As well as all of these retrogrades. What does the eclipse have in store for us? What is going to come up during this period of time, Spirit? That is the beginning card. Like the card that goes in the very beginning. Just, it's like the title card. I hate when they put that in those decks, but... Oh, another one. It's just the title. They had like two of them. Okay, third one. The Raven. Darkness looms on the horizon. Okay. So, again, we are in a darker period right now. Again. A temptation may lead you astray. So pay attention to those temptations, especially during this retrograde. Okay. Fire. Reckless action leads to conflict. Picking and choosing your battles wisely. If you can do this, this is what these cards are revealing, is more of an awareness. If you can do this, then it's good things coming for you. You are destined to succeed. If you can elevate your energy, if you can focus on the positive things. True feelings are masked. Again, we looked at this earlier. A lot of people are wearing masks. These are the illusions. Be your authentic self. Express yourself from your heart space. Air. Seek a union of mind and spirit. This is your higher self. This is your throat chakra as well. This is your higher self. All of your psychic abilities needing to be more reserved. So that's what we got there. Let me go ahead and stroll my card. I'm going to get another deck to end this. I want to see what the the angels have to say. So, I have this last deck here. The angels, gods, and goddesses. Let's see what the angels, gods, and goddesses deck has to say. And the illustrations on these decks are super beautiful. Just amazing. Only thing I don't like about big cards that are this chunky is they're hard to shuffle, like the way that I do. If you don't have big hands, it's hard. But look at the illustrations. So gorgeous. All right. What do our angels and guides have to say? All right, let me just do that this way. Okay. Start from the left. Angel of communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Again, speaking your truth. Can you feel like all of this is like being repeated to a lot of you? Especially what to expect for the remainder of this year. Angel of self-worth. You are currently undervaluing yourself. It's time to regain your self-worth. Those of you that are going through struggles right now, having to deal with, you know, maybe starting all over from a different position than what you had. Sometimes this is like our ego self that is dying and making room for a brand new version of ourselves. Oh my God, the God of spiritual healing, the aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. So again, a lot of healing that is needed for you guys. Maybe you're going through some kind of healing, right? So move these cards here. And then we got here, the God of conflict resolution. You are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. Again, walking away, picking and choosing your battles wisely, walking away from, don't follow the masses, don't follow the crowd, just because someone thinks that it's cool to go and egg somebody's house, or if somebody thinks that it's cool to, you know, hurt somebody else on social media. Right now, like the world on social media with trolls is outrageous, especially people that don't like the Black Lives Matter movement, or they don't like, you know, the changes that are being really put upon us here on Earth right now. It's an auspicious time. It's really a good time. And I feel like a lot of people can't handle it. So don't be one of those people that follows, you know, other people. Follow what your voice tells you. Follow what your heart is guiding you towards. Well, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it gave you clarity for what to expect for the remainder of 2020, as far as like the presidential election and things like that. These are predictions that I've already made for 2020. There is a video that I have. You can just look at it. You can type in the search bar 2020 predictions. Again, if you would like to see this and maybe more, you can go to my Patreon, and you can go there, sign up for the platinum tier, because I may be doing away with the $1.99 tier very soon. It's easier just to have it in one spot. So focus, you can join that, and you'll be able to access a lot of exclusive content. Right now I have a special on my readings. I have a gift. I'm just giving you the tea. So a lot of you are like, I'm not going to be joining his Patreon, but honey, right now I'm giving 30% off to my platinum tier group. So there's a code in there, and once you join, you'll be able to get that if you are interested in a private reading. Honey, 30% off, that applies to anything, and not just readings, anything in my shop, cards, books, things like that. So don't hesitate, sign up today. I feel like a walking advertisement. But anyways, join that. If you want to book a private reading, you can go to my website. Follow me on Instagram, guys, if you haven't already. Look at my stories, and if you have any suggestions on other videos that you want to see, please comment in the comment section below. Even if you've already commented, comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel, share this video. I don't care if you share it to groups, people, tag someone, you know, just promote as much as you can, best friend. Okay, I love you guys, and I know a lot of you in your minds, you believe that we are best friends, and guess what, we are. So anyways, I love you, enjoy, and have an amazing rest of your evening. Bye.